I think so as well. I'm ready. I wasn't sure I was going to come out there, man. They were good. They wouldn't let me interrupt your intro there. Did you see that? They had me muted that whole time. they don't trust me. They don't trust my abilities here.
I mean, I slipped them a 5. I told them, Trent only talks when he's spoken to, you know?
They're just going to cut me off in
I
between
had to establish
questions.
this power dynamic really early with you.
Yeah, it started out very quick here.
I let my last relationship push me around too much, you know?
Well, I mean, by the end of it, you were so angry, you were abusing him. Live on camera.
Nothing a little cold water can't fix, you know?
Yeah, I hear you. But, yeah, guys, it's time. Please ignore the markers at the top of your screen. Best of 3? I don't think so. Admin,
no.
Fix it. Next game. It's best of 1s, guys. This is what you've been waiting for, and, well,
and EHOME are going to start off with first blood, so not going to be feeling too great about this start. They're still going to be able to get the 2 bounty runes as well as that first blood. And ILTW is matched up against the Core Abaddon.
You hate this. Well, I mean, I guess you love this because you're an ABBA player, but I hear you harp on this all the time. It's just like, I don't know why they're not picking the ABBA, because the ABBA messes this guy up in lane.
I mean, yeah, if you think about it, right? It's a silence that you apply that lasts longer than the time walk. Like anything that you can stun the Void for longer than the 2 seconds where he's able to rewind all the damage. On top of that, you know, it's a melee versus melee matchup. You're always going to be happy with this sort of matchup.
It's interesting, too, because the curse, like, at level 1, it has the full duration. It kind of reminds me like the Coddle thing, where it's like level 1, it has the 70% miss chance, kind of the same idea, where it's just like, it has that really crazy strength thing just, like, instantly.
Yeah.
So you can't just, like, start playing around with it early on, and they're not even bothering to try and help out ILTW. As you can see, he's still alone there, while Misha's, well, doing Enchantress things. This does look like the pub edge that Owen was describing.
Yeah, it really does. Like, Team Spirit just picked all heroes that they just wanted to play, and including a 4-position Pango from Immersion, which I'm not sure how much that's going to be able to help out Ghostix lane, but we'll have to see how that goes. Urgon's going to be playing against Ice Tiny against Mid-Razor, which I have to assume isn't going to feel great either.
No, very low armor, right? I mean, that's one category you like versus Razor. You're like, that's not good. He's a melee hero. Well, that's probably not very good.
Yeah.
Things are adding up to be in Razor's favor here. The early levels, though, he can still duke it out pretty well.
Well, Misha's time spent away from the lane paid off big time. He managed to get the Satyr Tormentor, and he's just going to be reapplying this enchant over and over again, and that'll fix ILTW's lane, hopefully a little bit.
Isn't it funny that Chen used to be able to just do this level 1? Just like, bring this guy in, and he would just hang out the whole time. Like, that is one thing that Ench still has, even though it's just going to be constant refresh, but that HP regen can help out a lot.
9-7, getting a little bit low. I was telling you I'm calling him the anti-super because his win rate on superheroes, like Razor, is very low. He seems to have a very low win rate on Razor, DK, Viper, like all those heroes.
Yes, so legendary super of the one of the most stable core players in terms of like the heroes he likes. He plays them, he does this thing, but yeah, this guy, his 3 most played, I believe, are Shadow Fiend, Queen of Pain, and Invoker. So he's the styly kind, the flashy one.
And you pointed out that he's been on the grind for a while, this 897 guy.
Well, yeah, because I started, looking at the teams and everything, and 897, it's like, usually I first thing of my thought was like, was this guy like some other name? These guys have been switching a lot of names in China, but no, this guy's just been grinding. FTD Club C, FTD Club A, made it to the main team of For the Dream, and then eventually working his way all the way up to EHOME, so... Doesn't have a long list of medals or career earnings, but that's the grind that's going to bring him to the earnings now that he's here on EHOME.
It's like he
if they
skipped
don't get
a grade at one
here.
point, by the way. The FTDC all the way to FTDA.
Oh,
he just skipped over B entirely. They saw it. He's like, this guy's good. This guy's got promise.
Maybe
tossed back by Urgon, but not a whole lot doing with that.
He's getting a lot of punches in there, though.
Yeah, he's doing very well, by the way. Tiny versus Razor. This is, I mean, sure, you've got the tree, and I guess that gives you CS at the start against the static link, but I would expect by now the lane should start going against him.
There was a couple awkward-looking moments, too, where 897 had to, like, TP back to the tower as well, because I think he got tossed over to someone else who was rotating. I think it might have been Y who was coming up.
Yeah.
Or not Y. Well, maybe it was. But either way, Tiny was able to like kind of mess them all around.
How's this bottom lane going? Ghost Stick is level 3 in top CS, so this is going great for Team Spirit so far. I think these laning matchups are going better than maybe they should. I'm not sure.
Maybe the only downside is that the Pango is like not getting that much because you're trying to give as much as you can early to the Timber, and Pango is one of these supports that's pretty greedy.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know how long I want to be chilling on level 2 as this hero. He's close to the 3, though, and, you know, Immersion, expert Earth Spirit player. That's the first thing I think of when I see this guy. But you can see he's a gold tier Pango. This guy's on the grind with this hero as well.
Misha being chased away by Jin Q. Trying to establish dominance for this bounty rune control, and should be able to get it. State of Tormentor won't be able to get the deny, but it looks like it's going to be Innocence Y who's going to be caught trying to go for a bounty rune himself.
Zenky's the Atos buyer, right? This is his build, his Rubik. He likes getting those early Atoses. It's pretty good this game. You have a Razor, you have a Gyro, you have an Abba as your offlane. Like, you do need a little bit more control to help out with the team.
Yeah, I could definitely see it. It would set up Razor for a lot of success. Three of these heroes really hate Rod of Atos.
That's why Y's got the 4 Observer Ward play. This is the, all right, guys, I've been really busy. I promise it's nighttime. I'm going to get the wards out. Someone pinged you. Oh, and
been putting all his efforts into shutting down a Timbersaw. That didn't really quite work. Misha is going to be dying here trying to trade his life for Jin Q, but they won't be able to get that kill. Looks like the Satyr Tormentor out of mana. So they won't be able to get that last nuke in, and they're going to force the Void to TP back as well.
And now Y's here, though, after dropping 3 of his wards. Oh, there goes the 4th.
So Vision for days. Did he get spotted at all? Well, he certainly did now.
Now he is.
LTW just keeps on getting beaten back, and they are going to try and get that 4th hit in for the silence, but TP's coming in from the Pango. And Faith Beyond saying, well, this isn't worth it anymore. They are going to be able to get the time dilation on him after the Aphotic Shield, but the tri-lane versus tri-lane matchup now. Ooh, Urkon almost killed 897.
Oh, he's coming.
Jeez. Just a few more seconds on the cooldown. I think otherwise he would have dove for that kill for sure. Immersion's actually trying to play around here. Can he actually get him? The dragons stuff? No.
His passive rocked on the dragons on the way up here. Oh, if only.
Yeah, good thing it wasn't Prowlers or he'd be dead.
Yeah. Observer Ward will allow him to stay nice and hidden here. Wants to keep an eye on these stacks, perhaps.
I'm always a bit concerned about the Timbersaw
back mid.
Void lanes.
No.
9-7, slowing him down. But
Ergon went for it. He did the full combo, but with Immersion nearby, I thought maybe they could turn it.
The Timbersaw, when he has a good lane, you know, and then he just like, he becomes really strong for that 15 to 25 minutes, that completely covers up the Void's typical timing where he feels kind of weak. Big concern right now for EHOME that these lanes just have not gone well enough for him.
Yeah, as long as the Timber doesn't feed. I mean, Timber is like such an easy hero to hate if he like tries to play behind a tier 1 right now and just dies. Even if it's like a 3 or a 4-man rotation, you think like, oh, I'm making a lot of space. Timber just like, he needs that full-on momentum going, and Ghost has been playing it pretty safe. Like, it doesn't seem like he's been pressuring that hard down here. But with the level 6 and his arcane boots now, you'd expect he wants to get like a free pick onto Xingqiu while he tries to leech under this tower.
897. A little bit twitchy there with the fingers, pops his Eye of the Storm. The first sign of aggression from Immersion.
And this is spotted by this ward here too, that he's really low doing this camp.
Is it going to be low enough? Well, with Ergon coming in, it certainly would be. But can they slow him down? They need to be able to get the proc. They do get that much. Now they need vision for a toss, but 897 already turning back around as he's popping healing salve. Does get in melee range of Ergon here, and he's going to start sapping away some of his damage. He wants to push back Immersion with all that damage. He almost kills him.
Jeez, what a read, dude. That's so scary to go into like that with like 200 HP, but, you know, he's counting the spells, and, well, there's that free kill, as expected. I mean, you're an Arcane Boots Timber, and the Rubik was level 4, while Gyro, like, walked back to the fountain, the TP top. Like, You're just trying to get as much as you can before you die.
Yeah, this is the classic feeding the support hero to Timbersaw to try and slow down his push.
Yeah.
You know, they're like, oh, there's all these creeps here. If I could just go in and kill some of those creeps, get the experience, it would decrease the pressure on the tower. I'd get some experience. It'd be worth dying.
Oh, and this is where the math adds up. Because now the Timber comes top, and the support Pango has a lane. And he's pretty survivable as a support hero, right? Like, you can do some pretty greedy leeching, or you can just rotate mid. That's cool.
Batman.
Who wants a free lane?
Okay, Ghostic really going for it here, but it's going to get silenced up. One more Timber Chain is not going to come out in time. Silenced up, and now, Trent, you said, as long as Ghostic doesn't feed, well, guess what? He just fed. Now, 3-man Chronosphere, but he didn't catch 897. Oh, no. Team Spirit.
Well, Immersion had a free lane bottom. He TP's mid to meet up with ILTW, and they all walk in there for a chrono. But there's no damage if the Timber's dead, and then they still went for it.
Meanwhile, Jin Q's like, man, this is chill.
Man, I'm so glad that Pango
like, yeah, I had to die once to the Timbersaw, but I came right back. I'm
I
just
got
chilling
2
out
bounties.
in this lane. My team is winning fights without me. I got 2 bounties. I'm going to have level 6 pre-tome, by the way. So he's going to have level 7 with his tome coming in.
Jeez.
And sure enough, he is going to go the Rod of Atos.
That was a disaster.
Yeah, it wasn't
That
great.
really couldn't have gone much worse. I mean, the only thing worse is, I guess, those other heroes die, but that was just so much wasted time, wasted chrono.
I mean, it's kind of weird seeing a Timbersaw rotate this early, right? Level 7, like, yeah, you're going to feel pretty good, but it's not the Hood or Defiance level 9 Timbersaw.
I think what I liked about it was that he was rotating top to stop the free counter push onto his tower, and then I thought Pango was supposed to stay bottom, and I thought Void was going to spend more time jungling.
Yeah.
But the Void decided that he wants to make use of the chrono and use his strong Timber, which is fair, but they synced up incorrectly. Like, Timber is just, if Timber was alive and outside of that chrono, that would be so much damage for sure. But, alas.
All right, well, now Misha's going to be caught by Jin-Q in 897. Seems like EHOME just have a better read of where to be playing around the map right now. As with all this pressure, it looks like they may be able to take this top tower. And again, stacks on stacks on stacks. Dude, Innocence, he's just been doing this non-stop as the Shadow Demon.
That's the best thing about Shadow Demon and Keeper of the Light even. Like, it's so easy to double stack, too. Safety TP in there. He does have the Stolen Chakra right now on Xingqiu, so very scary. Or Chakram, rather.
They do have a good Timbersaw killing duo in Rubik's Shadow Demon, right? Soul Catcher to lower his HP, and then that pure damage from a Stolen Chakram.
Yeah, it is a hard game to play that Tier 1, Tier 2 style Timber where you're like right in between. So I like him dead laning like this, trying to hold off these pushes. As long as the rest of the team just don't feed. This is still okay.
Ghostic gets telekinesis mid Timber Chain there, but they're not trying to push it too far, nor should they. There's actually Immersion hitting behind that tower, and he is level 6. So if they overcommit for this Timbersaw, it would be disaster for EHOME.
God, Razor is so good at just like clearing up stacks or like stealing stacks in the enemy jungle. Not a lot of heroes that can really do that well.
All right, time to finally push Ghostic completely away from this Tier 1 and finish that tower. It's been a long time coming, I feel like, but they finally get it.
Team Spirit really got outmaneuvered in that whole equation between the Timber pushing bottom, and he could have had this tower for free, but he wanted to defend top, and then they end up still losing that tower first while EHOME's able to allow a Gyro to still get a little bit of farm here.
Yep. 4-2, 3,000 net worth lead already for EHOME. But Team Spirit, they do have a relatively greedy lineup, right? They've got Void, they've got 2 very greedy supports, an Enchantress and Pango.
Speaking of greedy, they're going to try a smoke rotation without the chrono. So showing that Void very clearly down bottom. Trying to use the Timbersaw for a kill here on E970. He has the TP. They're a little lost. Now they got him.
Be a very big kill. They need to be able to pull Timbersaw over just to make it a little bit faster to burst him down. Sure enough, they get that kill. And now maybe with the Razor out of the equation, they can TP in on the Timbersaw. Now the Timbersaw does have massive number of stacks, but that's a lot of magic damage. Almost dying straight up. Faith Beyond trying to get that silence complete. Does manage to get the missiles. Going to bonk him. They just need a little bit more magic damage, but immersion, he's slowing him down. But fortunately, Jin Q is there just in time to be able to get that last Fate Bolt in. Chronosphere out to be able to lock down the 2. Trying to get Faith Beyond. Faith Beyond may have a chance to get the miscall off, but no. The burst damage just comes a little bit too fast. Jin Q with a nifty little play to get away from the void, but a first hit bash solves all of Team Spirit's problems.
Man, I actually thought he was going to live there. That was a pretty nice play with all those stacks. If he just had, like, maybe if the Ench was able to TP, but she had already used her TP.
Or maybe like slightly less aggressive TP.
Yeah.
Like maybe behind your tier 1 tower rather than like as far forward as you could possibly be.
He went for the, like, it was a bluff, basically, right? And they kind of called him on it. He's like, yo, I totally got someone in the tree line right now. You guys have no idea. And it turned out he did not. That's a Midas.
That is indeed a Midas ILTW. He needs his comeback because his lane was a little rough.
He's looking at his allies. He's like, yo, guys, late. We got this.
Yeah, for sure.
It's a motivational Midas.
That's why EHOME just got to keep up the pace, right? Like, sure,
that's
doing
not
fine
where
for
you wanted
themselves,
to
dear. Ghost Stick. He's going to be caught now. Merchant's going to make his way through, but he's not hitting the gyrocopters, the main source of magic damage. He's going to focus on Innocence instead. Not quite enough damage to be able to burst him down. He does a shield crash, but nowhere to be able to run to. So EHOME clean him up instead of the Timbersaw that was their original prey. Now time to hit that mid tower, looks like. Look at that, Faith Beyond. Miscoiling the Siege Wagon to keep it alive now.
Giving it Medallion even. A Photic Shield, everything for my catapult. Oh, and then it just dies because your core player's not willing to make the same sacrifice. I see.
Yeah, that's a classic safe lane. Not thinking about the team, just himself. But Misha, a little bit surprised he did manage to get out of that river area. That was an awkward position. But 3 levels of Nature's Attendance. He is deceptively tanky for a 5 position.
Yeah, not the best game for the Untouchable. So the build working out here.
All right, well, who needs creeps when you're taking down a tier 1 mid tower? Now, Misha gets a little bit too close to them, trying to go for the deny, and he will pay for it.
Jeez, they got to be really careful there. A lot of bleeding right now. Nice pick. Okay, Ergon, nice.
Ergon, who used to play with several members of the J197 team. ILTW forced to use a defensive Chronosphere to protect himself.
Oh, he's not even done yet.
Mid lane. Jin Q, he's got the setup right now. He's got Avalanche stolen. Doesn't reveal himself on Ghost yet because they know they don't have quite enough. He has to do it now as Faith Beyond forced to use his borrowed time there as well.
What is keeping this so close right now? I guess the gyro, his farm is like a little lower than you might expect.
Yeah, they farmed so many stacks that I would have thought EHOME was farther ahead.
Yeah, and like the tower too.
They've been grouping up a lot. Like they've been showing 2 cores in 1 lane quite a bit. They get the pick off on Innocence there with Ergon and his Blink Dagger. Now they're going to try and take over this mid area. 897 has already taken the bottom tower, so you can come over. Faith Beyond trying to be a target here, but Faith Beyond is going to get nice. Immersion getting himself stuck on the cliff for Max, but he didn't actually pop the shield crash fast enough. Now, with the stolen Rubik rolling around, it actually knocks Team Spirit around quite a bit. The telekinesis stunning 2 of them, and finally enough stall time that 897 is here, but perhaps it's too late. Jin Q's already dead, as is Faith Beyond. 897, can he really do a whole lot here? He's going to try and go for Immersion, chase him right into VT, faded. A cute little play by EHOME does manage to defend their tower, but it costs them 2 of their heroes in the process.
Yeah, Rubik, the self-bait there, I think, on that Pango ult. It's like, oh, yes, I got Pango ult, and he goes in, he just kind of ends up dying anyway.
Yeah, that's
deceptively
something that,
tanky, though, jeez.
With his Rod of Atos build, yeah, all those stats, 1,500 HP.
Yeah, he's the same HP as the Razor.
897 going to be caught, big amounts of burst damage, and yeah,
I mean, he looked
They gotta be
tankier
more
than
careful.
that. That's all I would say.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Oh, another steal there. Oh, gets the tree. Not the best.
Yeah, not the best at all. Why? He still has disruption. It looks like he wants to try and bait in the Timbersaw a little bit more, but no one's helping him out here until finally Jin-Q shows up, but the Chakram does manage to clip Innocence. He'll fall now, and the Timbersaw easily gets out.
Oh, Jin-Q didn't steal it. What's he waiting for?
With the double damage, they'll be able to beat down Jin-Q. Nobody can really fight this Timbersaw right now, it seems.
I was like looking at his spell steal. I was like, all right, he's just waiting the 1 second because he wants that tree, like the timber chain, and then he just didn't take it, and then he just died. I was like, oh, all right.
Well,
not prepared for the blink timing, it would seem.
I know EHOME, they have a really good mid-game lineup, but it's really concerning that they just can't seem to do anything about this Timbersaw.
It feels like some of these tier 2s were kind of free. I feel like top tier 2 could have just been free if they just played up there a little bit longer with their heroes. And maybe it's like VT Faded's been kind of uninvolved, and so he's waiting for the BKB and just chilling out a little bit. Whereas it looked like when they were balling with this ABBA, they were just completely unstoppable.
This is the rushed BKB. Not trying to go for the Aghanim Scepter builds first, and that's a bit more of a farm-oriented build. This early BKB, they are all in on the mid game. That means they're also going to fall off really fast.
Oh jeez, don't give credit to these 5 core lineups, please. I don't want to see more of these.
I know Grant was a fan. He's a big Turbo player.
Yeah, there you go. A lot of the production crew here, I know, are BTS Turbo fiends. Oh, no, they love the Turbo. I see them turboing. I think Dakota is head Turbo gamer. You know, that's his jam. It's the dad game mode. You know.
Where's the Turbo tournament?
What?
Huh? Moonduck's the author of all these
wacky
ass Dota
Turbo
tournaments. Where's a Moonduck Turbo tournament?
Dude, I don't know how that game mode works. I just play it and I get so confused. Everything feels so wrong. People are coming to lane with a bracer and I'm like, oh yeah, right. Fairy regen. I don't know. I can't handle it. Turbo's too good for me. It's too difficult.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, this is the OD Pixel build. It's supposed to be Midas into Maelstrom into Battle Fury, but he stopped off for a BKB instead. Only wants 2 farming items.
He has so much to learn.
Jeez, what?
ILTW.
What is Ench so mad about?
Yeah, that's a good question.
she won a Hellbear or something?
That was some real spam.
Oh, no, I see. I see what she's mad about. Dude, get out. Get out. They are smoking. That's a support player right there.
I mean, the weird part was ILTW kind of ignored him.
Yeah.
He was like, no, I've got time to farm this camp.
He's like, oh, my God.
And now he's going to be found. He does manage to time walk away. Get the vision. Get the vision.
Dude,
VT Faded. Hello.
Did they not see him?
They definitely saw him. What?
All right,
Dude,
that was
VT
weird.
Faded was real slow on the call down.
I think he must have thought that Y was closer for the Shadow Poison. But yeah, he should have just called it. That would have been free.
They get the vision. Jin-Q is able to telekinesis, and that's a dead Void. A dead Void, by the way, who's almost over the 10,000 net worth mark already. Most farmed in the game by a decent mark, considering he's matched up against a Gyrocopter, a hero that usually farms much faster than Ghost Stick. Okay, he whipped a tree. Those trees don't move, by the way, and as a result, he's going to be paying the ultimate price. That, well, you know,
it's a best of one elimination. You know, the nerves are coming out, I guess.
I guess so.
What's the story on this Observer Sentry in the mid lane here? They're both full duration are going to die next to each other.
Oh, yeah.
You don't see that very often.
Apparently just nobody's walked that way. Fortunately, with Ghost Stick feeding away his life there, that is EHOME seeing an opportunity to be able to get the Roshan with this Aegis, with the BKB. This is EHOME saying, this is our time. Yeah. We're going to start running at you. Team Spirit, they're going to have to weather the storm for the next 10 minutes until they get that next round of items.
What's our chrono damage is looking all right, though. We got Treads Ench almost up to level 12. That's a pretty serious amount of damage right now for a support hero. Our Tiny's good. He's got the blink as well, so he can move in and out of the chrono. In terms of his positioning around it can be either I need to kill some guy who's stuck inside, or I can target whoever you've missed, which is very good. And then our Timbersaw almost up to level 15 too. So I like what they have. Now our cooldowns on the Radiant though, there really aren't any. So if they blow this chrono, this could be very scary for Team Spirit.
They could definitely just keep running at you.
Yeah, the old respawn, reload towards your towers.
The is Aghanim's Razor any good now? Remember when that was the thing? It would allow you to be able to push buildings so fast. They changed it, right? Now it strikes 2 different units instead of 1.
Yeah, it's. I think it's still like one of those. Whoa!
Good kill.
Wow. All right.
A big pick off there for EHOME, and that can translate into
yeah.
a tier 2 tower.
He's got the Soul Catcher illusion. Does he know he took it? Yo, why?
Yeah, that's a little weird.
Did you press the 1 or the 2 there, dog? He's now he just like stopped his TP. He's like, oh, okay, let's go, boy.
Okay. He's got a Void Illusion now.
Go get that tower. Huh.
All right, well, this is a very slow death for Misha, but it looks like they are going to get him eventually here. It's just one more swing from Jin Q. Does get it. Solar Crest plus the abandoned Curse of Avernus, and they actually were almost hitting him like normal.
Yeah, I would not have expected that. Just looking at those 2 heroes, I thought Ench would be more survivable against that. I thought they had a Spirit Vessel for a second. I was like clicking their heroes like, damn, she's really getting destroyed here.
They do manage to take the tier 2 mid as well as bringing the tier 3 bottom to half HP. Team Spirit certainly going to be feeling some of the pressure, and that's why you see Ergon just pushing out top so aggressively. He's trying to get an Aghanim Scepter, which will be free high ground defense with the Chronosphere.
It's really hard to play this way as Tiny when you don't have the Shadow Blade too, when you're like only relying on the Blink, because like, he can't afford to go towards anything else. He pretty much has to go Aghanims and probably crit item. So he just has to like total tree line play this, and we've already seen like they do have the Vision Heroes for this too. So if he can manage to keep this up without getting picked off, that would be very impressive, but difficult. Now,
who are you kind of favoring right now?
I want to say EHOME, but I've felt that way for the past 10 minutes, and not much has changed.
Yeah.
But I think still EHOME.
Pick off on Ghostic, that's going to be another 5%, I'm sure, as he just cannot get out of these Rod of Atoses into the Curse of Avernus. He doesn't really have an answer to that with his build too much. He just has the Lotus Orb. No secondary set of Dispels. I don't know if you can really... Does he just do that? Go right back for the Greaves? That's what he's got queued up for now. Yeah, that's... And maybe his best option. Yeah, because he's already got the pipe. Yeah, I guess it kind of is. And it feels like he needs that second Dispel. I mean, what else? Like, you could go BKB. I'm not sure if that feels super great. Yeah, Yules doesn't feel very good. Yeah. Submersion. Oh, man, quiet game for a support Pango, I feel like. I feel like they're always, like, super aggressive all the time. He's going to be giving away a lot of damage to this Razor. 201 soaked up. But he does have a Yules himself, and that will help them a lot against that Rod of Atos picked up by Shin Q. I think not losing a tier 3 here was a win for Team Spirit. I really thought they were going to get a tier 3, like at least like heavily pressured during this Aegis. It definitely seemed like EHOME was like, they can't beat us. We just 5-man and roll into them, but they played a little bit safe by going for the tier 2 mid instead and collecting that. And ILTW never chronoed. That's the other big thing. Yeah. So, like, they're probably going to smoke up and try and time this chrono for the end of the Aegis. At least that would be the optimal play here. 15 more seconds on this Aegis. For the love of God, do not fight if you are Team Spirit right now. That's just the worst. Misha, Lotus Orb does help him out a little bit, but looks like he's going to be chased down by the Gyrocopter. Meanwhile, all of Ergon's damage has been stolen away. They go for the Chronosphere, but there's no damage to follow this up anymore. ILTW by himself is sitting there trying to beat down Shin Q, but it's not even close. He's forced to pop his BKB and TP away, but the damage coming out from the Razor, he had stolen so much that they actually managed to just beat him down. Now actually stopping Ghosting's Timber Chain away. They don't care about him whatsoever. They're saying, let's just go hit some buildings, man. There's no Void, there's no Chronosphere. all we could do is just hurt ourselves by chasing heroes. Let's focus on the
This is all they've been waiting for. It's just that Chrono being gone, get some creeps moving in their favor, and they're looking to close this one out. We have a half duration DD still left on Faded as he starts to chuck this one down.
Well, Yule Scepter takes that one away, but it's not slowing EHOME down too much. As you can already see, Ergon, he's not even here. I think this might be the right choice. I don't think they can stop this push.
They need a big shock room as well as the immersion ulti. It's like the only way they can do something here. But, I mean, your best bet is trying to target down the BKB gyro. I mean, yeah. That's an expected outcome right there.
Time to back up. They don't need to go for shrines. Gyrocopter is thinking about the farm right now. Wants to hit top. He's very close to the Diffusal Blade, which is a pretty big pickup against heroes like this Timbersaw and Void.
Oh, they're trying to make a play into Faith Beyond here. Level 19, man. This ABBA is so farmed.
Disruption's going to be able to buy him some time. Immersion doesn't actually hit 897. Ergon will be okay to TP away, though. Immersion getting a little bit too close, though. You got to remember, there's a Shadow Demon, there's a Rod of Atos Rubik. You can't get too close to this team.
Yeah, the stuns are not immense, but the slows.
Yeah.
I mean, slows everywhere right here from EHOME.
Also, he's really got to stop giving away Rolling Thunder. I think that time it was just good play by Jin Q, because he did try and shield crash right away, but that's one of those errors that could just kill an entire team fight.
Yeah, it's one of the top tier spells. It's like right up there. It's like on the tier below Ice Path and Fissure, but that next tier of like the very best spells, other than those ones, it's Rolling Thunder.
Level 20 coming in soon for the Razor, so he can get that 10 armor if he wants. Level 20 for the Gyrocopter, so he's zooming around non-stop. 9,000 net worth lead for EHOME and approaching the second lane of Barracks. See if Team Spirit are going to have better luck with this next Chronosphere. Now, right now, ILTW isn't even there. He's trying to finish up his Mjolnir, hoping that his team can defend without him, but they can't really seem to do a whole lot.
EHOME's positioning says it all. It just says, we know you can't fight us.
Ergon, he tried and threw down a tree volley. Now he's trying to get close to the Avalanche, but he's just been immediately targeted by 897, who's going to pop his BKB. They have to go for the Chronosphere to be able to save him, but it's not fast enough. He couldn't get there in time to be able to save his Tiny, and now, once again, they have no damage to throw inside the Chronosphere, especially since the Timbersaw was inside. The Timbersaw is now going to be cleaned up after his try and jump away, but this is just looking like a stomp trend. EHOME are going to roll down the rest of Team Spirit, and this is elimination, so Team Spirit are going to try and hold on as best they can. 2 lanes of racks down. But I'm not sure if anything's going to stall EHOME from just going for that last lane. Look at them. They're just straight from top, straight to middle. Don't even worry about shrines or second row.
Someone's screaming on this team right now. They're just like, just go. Just go. Kill them. Best of 1 elimination.
Dropped down the call down with the telekinesis tossed into ILTW. That's done. Leads to his death. No buyback from him. No buyback from Ghost Stick. And no second life here for Team Spirit at the MDL Major. They are the first team eliminated.
That is one stable draft. You know, they got the horses, the Clydesdales, the real nice, sturdy-looking horses out on the carriage, and EHOME just rode it to victory, man.